Welcome to the end of day review for Monday, the 27th of November 2023. Having a quick look at the economic calendar, you can see there was no red folder news. There was some medium impact news during the New York session. With regards to USD, well, American home sales, you can see that actual was less than forecast, which was bad for the USD, and the anticipation would be that um, GBP and Euro would go up. However, it's medium impact and it's not necessarily likely to have a positive impact. Then, if we go to the charts, um, I'll start with Euro USD. So, as we know, current market structure is confirmed bullish, with the idea being to continue the long plays. You can see that we had the pullback phase validation right here that ended when this pullback phase OB change of character last point of supply failed, and then we had these primary leg OBs which developed as primary leg with the objective of targeting this. However, as you can see, it didn't necessarily materialize, and the one reason of why I can think it had done that is because the past 2 days were bullish, and the third day isn't highly likely to print a third bullish candle. So we saw a reversal for today. This is fine, it just means that there'll be sufficient evidence to pull us into the target for tomorrow. Looking at the 5 and 15-minute charts, what I do want to highlight before I go into where I actually took the trade, what you should be able to see is, sorry, I know it's a bit messy, but essentially we came into the day right here, and because we're in the primary leg, you'll see we reacted from this, we had a change of character, and then from then on, we essentially validated order flow up until this point. Frankfurt took out the Asia high, and we were considering longs um, in and around the premium area. So the low of the day would be right here. However, you can see that the entry would have been somewhere around this. The problem being we had the change of character and supply taking control, which then invalidated the trade idea from a 5-minute perspective. And if we look at the 15-minute, you'll see the same pattern right here. So this was a candle body break, and then you've got your change of character, price coming down, up, and if you're saying this is your entry point, then there's too much evidence to suggest that supply will likely take control. However, what I then did is evaluate the 1 hour, right? So the 1 hour change character here, demand to control. You can see demand holding right here. We passed, and again, we had a reasonable chain right here, right? So we've got this chain, and if we run the same analysis with a fib, because this POI is validated in the current day, I was happy to use current day, low of the day, and the extreme, and then entering in and around here. The other thing I was aware of is the London range, which was roughly this. So the entry sufficiently took into account the London range, the premium discount, and I think it was fairly well positioned. I also covered the low of the day, so I mean there was no reason for it not to work out. But um, yeah, and essentially this candle was the 4 p.m. candle coming into. I'm just gonna go to 15 minutes so you can see. So 6:15, 6:30, 6:45, 2, 5. So this would be the candle um, Sorry, this would be the candle when the news released. But as you can see, because it's medium impact, it didn't have much of an effect, which is fine anyway. The new law of the day came in London. Sorry, the new law of the day was put in New York, which is an indication that your direction bias for the day was incorrect. Um, but yeah, that's just part of the probabilities. I'm happy with the idea. Everything made sense. We had IRL to the left. It wasn't all taken. And I think for tomorrow, longs will continue to make sense. However, we just need to ensure that it's got adequate backing. So going forward, because order flow likely has shifted on the 5:15 and potentially the 1 hour, we just need to ensure that any order flow shifts in here have some sort of primary leg backing, because then we'll be creating a secondary leg with the objective of still targeting that. Um, yeah, so that's Euro USD. In terms of GBP USD, just hang on a second while the charts load. But essentially, if we start on the 4 hours, so similar to Euro USD, where we've got a confirmed bullish trend, our bias is definitely longs. The morning open right around this candle, and the idea is to play the external range continuation momentum, because we're in this high momentum phase. The best sort of targets we've got is from the daily, so these structural levels on the daily, or any imbalances. Like as you can see, there's a fair value gap or imbalance right here that's been tapped into. So that was the objective for the day, which was then reached. Unfortunately, what had happened is, you can see price came into this demand, respected it, and then went up and took out the target. The problem is on the 15-minute, what you'll be able to see is there's this change of character right here. So there's a wick, then there's a break of structure, which then invalidates the longs because control has shifted. We could then look at the 30-minute as an alternative. However, the problem here is we don't have a valid chain or a valid flip to sort of rely on. So these would be reactionary flips instead of supply demand flips, and I'm not comfortable with relying on them. So price came in, respected, and went, and then obviously you can see um, it doesn't necessarily make sense that this would hold. So yeah, I did show you the 15-minute, and the same situation played out in the 5 minutes. So it was somewhat impossible to get in. And once we tapped this, I guess at the time you could say this is a like a pro trend leg OB from which we could build a primary leg from, but there just wasn't enough time for it. In terms of tomorrow, so ideally, this this daily candle will close bullish, and if that happens, then day 4 would mean a reversal day. And if that is indeed the case, then we can look for longs tomorrow. Sorry, shorts to play a reversal into this imbalance here. But because of how bullish we are, longs are also on the cards. We'll just need to evaluate, the order flow and how things look at the time. But for now, it looks like, supply is definitely taking control. What supply? Uh, yeah, so we'll evaluate again in my London outlook. But that's essentially my end of day review for today. I will I'll do my fresh markups for my end of day data collection, but I'll overlay it onto this video. I won't be talking anymore. Alright, see you tomorrow.